Hey guys, and welcome back to another chapter of the series Melting, written and narrated by Stacey Holt. Thank you all for the likes and comments. They really mean a lot to me. Once again, let me shout out the artwork in the thumbnail and video, Kicksledge, for allowing me to use their artwork. You can find the links to her artwork as well as the music in the video in the description box below. If you would like to support the series, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. If you would like to take a look at my Etsy shop, I'll leave a link below. Also, if you couldn't tell by the sound quality, I got a new microphone that will be a lot better from now on. Now, Chapter 9. Cat Noir ran and ran on top of the buildings until he was out of breath. He looked out at the sunset that was now setting in the distance and felt the cool summer air as he breathed it in with each breath. He sat down on a rooftop and huddled his knees to his chest as he laid his head on his arms, thinking about everything. Why had he gone to begin with? He didn't do anything productive. If anything, he made everything worse. He made a fool of himself, and probably made Marinette dislike him more. He felt awful. He felt like the world was just going to collapse around him. Why didn't he just go as Adrian? Then everything would have been easier. His father would never have allowed him to go, so was it right for him to still go as Cat Noir, even though Marinette didn't invite him as Cat Noir? The thoughts swirled in his head. He closed his eyes and let out a sigh as the sun had just gone down behind the horizon, creating a dark silver of night to start covering the city. Cat? Cat turned around, his eyes wide with surprise. When had she gotten there anyways? He hadn't heard her approach him. He never would have thought Ladybug, Marinette, would have worried about him enough to leave the rehearsal just to see what was wrong. Cat wanted to smile, but the events from earlier were still replaying in his mind, filling his heart with guilt of how he acted. "Are you all right?" Her words cut him like a knife, yet he had to pretend like she didn't just witness him being that way earlier. "I'm fine. Why are you out here? Is there an Akuma?" he asked, turning his head back around. I saw you running on the rooftop, and you look like you had a lot on your mind. Do you want to talk about it?" she asked, walking over to sit down next to him. "It's nothing. I just acted like an idiot." Cat sighed. "An idiot? What did you do?" She turned to look at him, but he didn't make eye contact. "I wanted to go see someone. When I got there, I was greeted with an unfamiliar situation." Cat shrugged, not knowing how to word it himself. "You wanted to see someone?" she asked. That was what she got out of it? Why was that her main focus? Why was it not an unfamiliar situation? Maybe he was reading too much into it. "A girl I know. She was helping this band. She made their outfits, and they were really amazing, but when I got there, I felt out of place. It felt like I didn't belong with them. I've never felt that way before." He sighed again, finally looking over at her to see her expression. She wasn't smiling. She wasn't giving him any indication that she was judging him, or happy that he confided in her. She had tears in her eyes. But why? Why was she crying? Did he do something to hurt her feelings? That was the last thing he wanted to do. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. Cat, stop apologizing for how you feel. You have a right to feel that way," Ladybug said, wiping her tears away. "I'm sorry for what happened. I don't want you to feel like you don't belong. You are my partner, and we are a team. I can't belong without you by my side, Cat. Believe me when I say that." Ladybug gave a soft smile as she leaned her head on his shoulder. Those words, if he didn't know she loved someone else, he could have sworn that those words were a confession of love. Maybe it was a different kind of love that she felt for him. Like family. She treated him as family every time he came around. Should he really jeopardize his family for the sake of being in a relationship with her? He laid his head on top of hers and closed his eyes. It was like the night she cried into his arms. They both confided in one another, though she didn't know that, and that made him relieved. He needed her to be in his life, no matter what. She was his partner, and she was his. They could face anything because they trusted one another completely. That sudden guilt started to rise again in the bottom of his heart. Trust. She trusted him completely. He betrayed that. How could he do something like that and pretend it didn't happen, regardless if he had gotten permission from Tinky that it was fine? Because it wasn't. Are you leaving? Usually I'm the one that leaves first, Ladybug said, half-heartedly. Yeah, I have some thinking to do, Cat said as he pushed off with his staff, leaving Ladybug sitting on the rooftop alone. Thank you all for watching. The next chapter will be available soon. Hit the notification button to let you know when it's available, and I'll see you all in the next chapter. Bye!